Alright, welcome to week 9 of math. And this week we're actually starting to focus on some fractions. Now for the first day, maybe 2, depending on what kind of skills you show me, we're just going to reinforce our factors and multiples, which we've already done at the start of the year. But I really want to make sure that we're all over this because these are very important parts of understanding fractions later on. Okay, so I want to make sure that you've got your factors and multiples knowledge, because if you're really good at your times tables, you'll find fractions pretty easy, okay? Because that's what basically fractions are. It's all about times tables and dividing and multiplying, okay? So the first part of the week, we're going to focus on factors and multiples. And in this video, we're just going to reinforce that. Then in the next video, it's going to be the bulk of the factors learning for the fractions learning for the rest of the week. All right, so just to quickly reinforce, so factors, all right? So they are the facts of a certain number. So what can I times by another number to get to another number? So it's just times tables, all right? So for example, I've got 24 here. What are the factors of 24? For what numbers can be multiplied that get to 24, all right? So the very easiest one that you should always get is 1 and itself. Every single number has at least 2 factors, okay? And as if Levi Gatt was in the classroom right now, he would tell me that if it's only got 1 in itself as a factor, that means it's a prime number. So yep. So if it only has 1 in itself as factors, that means it's a prime number. All right. Now 24 obviously has a few more, so it's not a prime number. So we have 1 and 24. Now remember the golden rule: if it is an even number, it has to have 2. Has to. No ifs, buts, or maybes. Has to. So I've made sure I put 2. Then I've found out its partner is 12, because 12 times 2 is 24. Okay? So we do that. All right, are there any others? Well, yep, I'm pretty awesome at my times table, so I know 3 times 8 is 24, and I also know that 6 times 4 is 24. Now, generally, if 2 is a factor, 4 and 8 will also be. Now, not all the time, but most of the time, if 2 and 4, 8 will also be a factor. Okay? Because all you're doing is doubling and it still evens. It's the even number theory. Okay, so that is the factors there. Whereas here I'll identify that we've got the prime number. We've got 13 here, 1 and 13, and that is it. You cannot have any other factors. Now, knowing this is very important, probably in the second week when we do it, of understanding how to change fractions, as well as going from improper to mixed fractions. As well as going from equivalent fractions, okay? So very, very important to make sure that I know that you've 100% got this still, all right? Multiples, same theory. You need to be able to know multiples. So basically what multiples is skip counting, all right? So 96, is it a multiple of 6? So if I start at 6 and I skip count, keep going by 6s till I get to 96, will I land on 96? Okay. Now this is where your times tables comes in, and your partitioning strategies that we sort of learned at the start of the year. So I'm just going to go. I know what 10 times 6 is, which is 60, and then I know between 60 and 96, there's 36 more. And because I'm good at my times tables, I know that 6 is in the 36 times tables. So I know if 10 times 6 is 60, and the remainder is 36. And I know that is in the 6s, that means 96 has to be a multiple of 6. Okay? 48, is it a multiple of 5? All right? Well, I have a look at it and I go, well, no, it can't be straight away. All right? And there's only one reason why it can't be. 2 reasons, sorry, why it can't be. Because if it's a multiple of 5, there are only 2 digits that it can have in the units column. And that is 0 and 5. Okay, because they are the only 2 digits that will be in the 5 times tables. All right. Now, if I have a look at 48, that hasn't got a 0 or a 5 in the units column, so I automatically count that out. Cannot be, no way, no. All right. So we're going to be doing some stuff on these 2 because knowing these, so if you know your multiples, you can bring down fractions. Okay. So for example, if I say to you, bring what is 2 15ths to its lowest form. If you know multiples, you can bring it down. All right. Now, unfortunately, you can't bring down 2 15ths, but if I say 50 hundredths, if you know your multiples and your factors, you know exactly what the lowest form that you can bring it down to. So that is why we're doing this at the start of the week, to make sure that you are all over factors and multiples before we move to fractions. So hopefully you show me some awesomeness here, so we can move to fractions the next day. Thank you.